Distance does not limit a dream. In fact, sometimes the more distant the dream, the more passionate the dreamer.
It's the most rewarding thing I've ever done, for sure.
Here in Granby, Massachusetts, 90 miles from the nearest coastline, Steve Dennett is building a wooden boat by hand from scratch. Using timber from his family property, the first trees came down in 2016, the boat, named Arabella, is set to launch in the summer of 2023.
I've always had the mentality in my life that what's going to decide my success and failure is how bad I want it and what I'm willing to do to get it.
And he will need all that determination because Steve Dennett has never built and never sailed a boat in his life.
That's never stopped me from doing stuff in the past. Anything I've ever wanted to do, I've just read about it until I understood it. And once I felt like I understood it, I would go and do it. And when I ran into issues, I would go back and figure out where I went wrong.
The project, named Acorn to Arabella, consists of just 4 people and is financed by merchandise sales, crowdfunding, and ad revenue from the YouTube channel where they post weekly progress videos, which have attracted a world of followers and fans.
I hear a lot from people that they're living vicariously through us. And following the channel and seeing our perseverance of getting out here and tackling all these unknowns and continuing to go through it seems to be inspirational for a lot of folks. And that's something that I never expected, and that's something that has brought me incredible joy.
KP attended boat building school, but was moving on to graduate school as a psychiatric nurse practitioner. KP heard about the project last fall and came to take a look.
I walked in and saw this well-built and super thoughtful project and was like, oh, this isn't just some crazy idea. It's like dreaming. And I am a sucker for dreaming romantic stuff. So I left my life for a year to build a wooden boat in a landlocked area of Massachusetts.
Some have laughed, others have scoffed.
When the project was really in its infancy, I had a lot of people in their 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, and they would ask about, what about family? What about career? What about? And then you would talk to people who are in their 60s, their 70s, their 80s, and every one of them in that demographic was go do it now. Family, kids, work, there's time. Do it while you're young, do it while you have the energy, you won't regret it.
The boat is a 38-foot ketch designed in 1934 by William Atkin, renowned for building durable, dependable boats, or as Atkin himself described them,
individualized designs for unregimented yachtsmen. And I was like, I'm unregimented, that really fits. And they had a great reputation of just seaworthy vessels that were designed for the average home builder to tackle. So this is the living quarters down below.
A home builder and a dream that have tapped into a well of goodwill. People send money and well wishes. They drop off bottles of rum, volunteer their time, or share tales of their own high seas adventures.
I think what I love about it is the community that it's brought together. So people are just in awe. The feedback that we get on a regular basis is just really moving.
And I think a lot of people, there's a dream of doing something, but the reality of it is, it's more comfortable to go to work and cash your paycheck and do what you're doing.
And so perhaps the project taps into all our dreams. The plan is for Steve and his girlfriend Robin to sail around the world indefinitely to places like Baffin Island and Patagonia, although KP and others will be on board at the beginning for the whole learn to sail phase. And as all-consuming as the boat building has been,
for me, the boat is the prologue. Like when I kick the bucket, I want people to say like, yeah, Steve built a boat. And you're like, wait, what? And you're like, no. Like that's just the beginning. Wait till you hear what happens after. So I'm really excited on going adventuring and doing all the things that I've always wanted to do. And the boat and all of this is just the vehicle to get there.
Wow, talk about jumping in, go big or go home. What if he doesn't like sailing?
Well, he says that building the boat has been a reward in and of itself, and he's said the possibility, it's always existed that he might not like sailing. But he says he'd have no regrets, that he's met so many great people along the way, learned so much along the way. He's very philosophical about it. The boat itself, as he said, is just the prologue to adventure.